wise woman by the name of Megan Francis once stated that cleaning and organizing is a practice, not a project. And I've got to say I agree with her. It's not a project, it's a whole quest. The amount of chores I've had to endure throughout my lifetime will make Bertram look like an amateur. Like, I think my parents are training me to take Alfred Pennyworth's job or something. Chores have always been something that I've dreaded more than unskippable YouTube ads. I'm convinced that chores were fabricated as a way to put people through physical, mental, and emotional suffering. And I know there's probably a bunch of you Mr. Clean wannabes who actually enjoy these unbearable duties, but I for one am not with the nonsense. So today, we'll be discussing the different types of chores as well as the calamities and suffering that they bring. Comment down below the worst chore and like and subscribe if you're new. First, we gotta talk about washing the dishes. Cleaning the kitchen in general is vexatious in itself, but this is probably one of the first chores that every adolescent is introduced to. I think I speak for everyone when I say that this is one of the most time-consuming chores ever. You never realize how many dishes are getting used until you gotta wash them motherfuckers. Washing the dishes takes longer than a DoorDash order to be delivered. I swear I would go to bed with the kitchen tidier than SpongeBob's Chrome kitchen, and then I would come into the kitchen the next morning and it looks like a fucking landfill. The kitchen looks like an episode straight out of Hoarders, bro. Like, do the gremlins come through this bitch in the middle of the night and have a feast? But anyway, I'm deadass sitting there about to break my fucking arm trying to scrub a pot to get every speck of food off, bro. And then afterwards my hand looked like some fucking prunes, and no matter how hard I try, the bottom of my shirt always looks like Buizel hit my ass with a water pulse. And I'm pretty sure everybody knows about the torment and affliction that trying to wash spoons cause. Like, there's no reason why trying to wash the dishes turns into a fucking car wash. And please tell me I'm not the only one who starts itching like a crackhead who hasn't got their fix yet. Like, if you catch me in the kitchen, you probably would mistake me as one of those tube men at car dealerships. And if you watch this video, then you already know about the upheavals that touching soggy food in the sink causes. I'll just be minding my own business washing the dishes and all of a sudden get ambushed by food chunks soggier than school fries. And finally, when I think that I finished this protracted burden, I turn around and see there's a pot bigger than Logan Paul's ego. This is one of the biggest mood killers of all time, bro. Speaking of mood killers, you ever been nearly done with cleaning the dishes, then your sibling pulls up with the whole department store of dishes and other arbitrary utensils? Like, my nigga, were you storing these dishes in a fucking underground bunker? Like, why did you feel the urge to bring these around me the moment I'm washing dishes? Now we gotta talk about taking out the trash. It's already anguishing enough that I gotta go from room to room and collect everybody's garbage like Oscar the Grouch, but taking it out is a whole different ordeal. I'm gonna be honest, if you don't use grocery bags in your garbage cans, you're too bougie for me, bro. I don't know about y'all, but I'm a professional procrastinator, meaning that I waited until it looked like it was a solar eclipse outside to take out the garbage. And I don't know why I always did this, because when I was a fetus, I used to be scared to fulfill this alarming errand. Every time I had to take the garbage out at night, I would scamper quicker than Dash Par. I was out there looking like SpongeBob trying to duck a fade from the hash-slinging slasher, bro. I didn't know what type of ghoulish and morbid entities were out there. I wish I could have just launched the garbage from my window like Damian Lillard. I remember once when I was taking the garbage out in the middle of the night, and an all-black pickup truck turns on my street. My heart fell to my ass like an anvil, bro. My nigga, I fell to my knees like Lil Durk and started praying. I thought my face was gonna be on the side of a milk carton or something, but it turns out bro was just looking for his dog and asked me if I had seen him. I felt more relieved than a Taco Bell customer using the latrine. And don't even get me started on when it's raining or snowing, because that makes the task more difficult than getting out the bed in the morning. And I know y'all used to throw on any random pair of shoes that were closest to you and take out the garbage. I was out there throwing on my mama's Peter Dinklage size shoes and go about my way. Now we gotta talk about raking the leaves. Now, fall is by far one of my most favorite seasons, but when these multicolored leaves start plunging down the earth like some fucking meteors, that's when it becomes a dilemma. The amount of leaves that fall from these trees are never ending like The Simpsons. Plus, there's always leaves that are eternally stuck to the ground like wads of gum. And then half the time my neighbor's leaves start airdropping into my yard, so now I got double the amount of work to do. Every time I have to rake the leaves, I guess my spinal cord gets replaced with Quasimodo's because my back starts having contractions like a pregnant woman. And the worst part about raking the leaves isn't even raking itself. It's trying to put all the motherfuckers into a bag. Putting all these damn leaves into a pile is enough to make Ice Bear lose his cool, but trying to put them in these flimsy paper bags is a whole new level, bro. I'm talking about final boss shit. Because even after I would have this aggravating foliage organized like a schoolgirl's notebook, a tornado level windstorm would eradicate all my hard work, conclusively sealing my fate. I also had these big ass leaf scoopers that made me look like fucking Wreck-It Ralph, but they were much quicker than trying to use my hands, bro. Now we gotta talk about shoveling the snow. Take everything I just said about raking the leaves and put it on steroids. We're little niggas, most of us think that the snow is astonishing and admirable, but once you get older and realize that it's all just a facade, you start having second thoughts. Trust me, my thoughts on snow have done a complete 180 like a skateboard. But anyway, the amount of times I've woken up and seen that the entire yard looks like a Brian Griffin wet dream is preposterous. It doesn't matter if I have on more layers than a chocolate cake, it still feels like niggas are blitzing me with liquid nitrogen or something. I was spending more time prepping for the snow than I did for any test I've ever taken in school. I'm talking multiple coats, scarves, and hats. I was out there looking like yeet, but the snow where I live must be lined with lead because it's heavier than Snorlax. And then there's always a thick ass sheet of ice underneath, so now I gotta throw down ice melt like I'm Salt Bay or something. And then afterwards it feels like I just got done training for the US Army, bro. And if you thought my back was fucked up after raking leaves, you might as well have Predator come in and expel my shit from my back. I'd really be out there sweating in -8-degree weather, bro. Now we gotta talk about sweeping. You never realize how many crumbs and divergent particles that reside on the floor until you gotta sweep. Like the shit that was underneath the fridge and couches looks straight out of All Real Monsters. Dust, random ass wrappers, half-eaten candy. You already know about the Trae Young lollipops, but one of the biggest L's about sweeping is the fact that you usually gotta do this shit it multiple times a day if you want to keep your floor clean. Because apparently it's impossible for niggas to eat food in a sensible manner and they got to drop every speck of food possible. My nigga, more food ends up on the ground than in your stomach. And then when you go to sweep up this assortment of rubbish, you have to keep moving the dustpan back because it decides to give a floor a fucking hairline. Like, why does a floor have a cleaner lineup than me? Now we gotta talk about mopping. Having a mop has really made my respect level for janitors go up even more than what it already was, even though the janitors at my school were using swamp water to clean the floors. But sweeping and mopping usually go hand in hand like an Instagram thought in BBLs. First, I gotta brew together the concoction of all types of surface cleaners and chemicals. And I already know a lot of you affluent motherfuckers got these wally ass machines and gadgets that clean the floor for you. But every real nigga used a mop that look like a fucking commandor dog, bro. And then you gotta make sure to wring it out, otherwise your crib will turn into a damn slip and slide. Mopping is by far the most torturous chore in my humble opinion. Now we gotta talk about doing the laundry. The worst part about laundry is the fact that it has more steps than the Statue of Liberty. First, you gotta separate all these clothes unless you want to look like you're cosplaying Peppa Pig. I remember the first time I had to use a laundry machine. Bro, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. That shit looked like a fucking motherboard in my eyes, bro. I was standing there more perplexed than a Karen watching people enjoying their day. And hopefully I'm not the only person who's accidentally shrunk in a shirt and turned that motherfucker into a crop top. And again, just like with sweeping, this is a chore you pretty much gotta do daily. And then even after you wash and dried all your clothes, you gotta fold them motherfuckers like a lawn chair. Because take it from me firsthand, if you decide to put them in a chair, it will become the most morbid and ominous figure of all time. I would wake up in the middle of the night and see what I thought was one of Satan's goons, but turned out to be just a pile of clothes in my chair. So that's why I try to make sure I fold and put my clothes up immediately, but I still end up leaving half the motherfuckers on my bed. Now we gotta talk about cleaning the bathroom. I ain't gonna lie, I be ready to suit up in a fucking hazmat suit for this shit, bro. No matter how sparkly the toilet is or how much Comet I pour down that motherfucker, cleaning the toilet will always gross me out, bro. And even though I'm wearing gloves, my hands still feel dirtier than a middle schooler's search history. And between all the chemicals and other toxic products all swirling together, I damn near delete myself from existence. And then you gotta mop and sweep the floor in there too. The sink also has every hair and hygiene product known to mankind on top of it. But no matter how dirty my bathroom gets, it will never compare to the egregious and intolerable sights that I witnessed at school. Now we gotta talk about cleaning your bedroom. I don't even know how my room be getting dirty. The only thing I do in my room is sleep, eat, and make videos. But I know a lot of you niggas are living in pigsties with all types of clutter and debris, decreasing the size of your room by 30%. Me cleaning my room is just making my bed, vacuuming, and putting clothes away. Something else worth noting is the absolute agony that I can't help but feel when I wake up on a Saturday morning and hear gospel music blasting and the scent of Lysol burning my nostrils. But if you're lucky enough to not have been forced into labor yet, just escape through the nearest window and enjoy your weekend. Because if you experienced the previous warning signs, you know you're about to spend the entire day cleaning dust to dawn. Expect to have to do everything listed in this video and also dust some random ass antiques and probably do garden work. But like I said earlier, chores aren't a project, it's a fucking quest. I think that's gonna wrap everything up for this video, man. Comment down below the worst chore or the worst part about chores. You know what I'm saying? Do whatever you want to do, man. I got control over you. Do what you want to do. Also, let me know what else y'all want to see from me in the future. You know what I'm saying? Any ideas, suggestions, what else y'all want to see from me? We going crazy. 2023 takeover is still in full effect, baby. You know what I'm saying? We going crazy. We taking this thing to the moon, bro. But thank y'all for all the love y'all been showing, man. Real shit. I don't take any of this for granted. I know it sounds cliche, but I don't take any of this for granted. I really love making videos for y'all, entertaining y'all, bro. Everything else, you know, to the side, bro. I'm just here for y'all. You know what I'm saying? But thank y'all for rocking with me. I hope this video finds you in good spirits. I'm ggrimey. It's been real. I'm out. I love y'all. Peace.